Nothing lasts forever, not even paradise. When the sun is shining on the palm-lined boulevard, when the headlines shout Florida housing explosion, you believe there's no downside. But what if the sunshine hides the cracks? What if the mansion on the beach becomes a monument to risk? That is the moment we're in now. The housing boom in Florida, once unstoppable, is showing the first real signs of melting down. The governor, once the cheerleader for growth and migration, is now the firefighter rushing to contain a real estate crisis. Florida's story was simple. Tax-friendly state, booming influx of people, cheap money, low interest rates, outsized appreciation. Mid-2020s, buyers piled in from faraway markets, chasing both sun and value. Developers soared. Every spec home felt like a winner. But markets don't climb forever. Inventory that was cleared in days is now piling up. Home prices that rose 20 to 30% in a year are now flat or slipping. Condominiums, once the golden ticket, are seeing extra scrutiny, aging buildings, safety inspections, insurance premiums hitting the roof. The governor is watching. He sees. If housing stops, then migration slows, construction jobs vanish, tax revenues drop, lifestyle spending shrinks. He is staring at a housing meltdown scenario, and he's not giving a speech, he's making law. In 2025, Florida enacted a wave of housing-related legislation. First, the updated Live Local Act. Developers who commit to affordable units get fast-tracked permits, more density, less red tape. Local governments cannot impose extra requirements. Floor area ratios can't be reduced. Height limits can't be squeezed below what was allowed in 2023. A parcel owned by a religious institution? You can build multifamily regardless of zoning. If 10% is affordable, on the face of it, more housing, more supply, more opportunity. But here's the catch. Boost supply when demand is weakening and price falls accelerate. You risk flooding the market right when buyers are stepping back. That shift threatens the entire growth story. Let's dive into a few laws that matter and how they can impact this meltdown. One of the big bills, the so-called Live Local Act, updates in 2025 via Senate Bill 1730 that amend the affordable housing land use regime. These changes force local governments to streamline approval for multifamily and mixed-use developments if at least 40% of units are affordable, expand what counts as commercial use, limit local governments from imposing extra requirements, and prevent local governments from reducing density, height, or floor area ratios for qualifying projects below what was allowed in 2023. In effect, more housing supply, faster permitting, fewer local-level barriers. On the surface, that seems like smart crisis engineering. Boost supply, get costs down, generate sales. But in a cooling market, this can accelerate oversupply, depress pricing further, and shift risks toward developers and lenders. If demand is weakening while approvals accelerate, you get inventory buildup, a dangerous cocktail. Then there's the comorbid lawsuit around condominiums and cooperatives. On June 23, 2025, the governor signed bills, House Bill 913 and House Bill 393, focused on condo owner relief. These laws help condo owners by freezing or delaying certain reserve fund contributions, easing reserve study timelines, increasing repair cost thresholds, e.g. from $10,000 to $25,000 for structural reserve studies, enhancing transparency of condo association finances, empowering owners, mandating online disclosures, and more. Those are signals that the state acknowledges condo markets are stressed, safety obligations, insurance loads, building age risks are weighing heavily. Again, appears positive for stability, but it also sends a message. Condo markets are risky, and government has to step in. For some buyers, that message may chill demand further. For insurers and lenders, the risk is clearer. For investors, the margin of error shrinks. Simultaneously, the governor signed condo owner relief bills, HB 913 and HB 393. These give breathing room to condo associations. You can delay reserve contributions, raise thresholds for repair funding, get more transparency, online voting. Why? Because condo owners are feeling the pain, rising parts costs, upcoming structural inspections, guiding lights from the Surfside condominium collapse disaster still flickering. The message from Tallahassee, we see the risk, we'll help. But the market hears something slightly different. Condo investments are riskier now. That erodes demand. Then SB 784, fast-track platting and subdivisions. No local board in the way, fewer delays. More lots equals more homes equals more supply. But again, timing matters. If demand is cooling, supply multiplies the downside. So we have three tiers of policy hitting at once: supply boosting, risk recognizing, and cost relieving. The governor is juggling all of them under the umbrella of fix the downturn. But as we roll into this, the meltdown dynamics keep ticking. Buyers delay. Are we in peak? Is price going down? Sellers hesitate. Will reducing price cost me equity? Lenders and insurers tighten. Risk premiums go up. Underwriting tougher. Developers accelerate. More projects approved, but can they finish? And will sales keep up? Local governments face revenue pressure. Property tax base may shrink. The amount of job growth may slow. The governor's concerns go deeper than headlines. He knows one thing: perception becomes reality. If buyers believe Florida housing is risky, then migration slows, values drop, the pipeline backs up, and the correction becomes severe. So his office must send the right signals. We're open, we're streamlined, we're responsible. But the simultaneous reality of cleanup laws for condos contradicts his growth message. Imagine him in a late-night meeting in Tallahassee. Charts showing unsold listings rising, spreadsheets showing permits being filed for thousands of units. A phone ringing with a major insurer threatening pullout, construction firm execs warning jobs are cutting, real estate agents reporting fewer offers above asking. He asks, if buyers vanish, how do we keep the jobs? Keep the tax revenues? Keep the infrastructure moving? The answer is, he must act. Now, we're at a fork. If the governor and state manage this well, Florida could emerge with more balanced housing, more affordable supply, reduced risk, stabilized values. But if supply outpaces demand, credit tightens, and the story turns negative, we could see a wave of downward price adjustments. That could ripple beyond Florida, where migration, capital, and insurance markets intersect. So where does that leave you, the viewer? If you're thinking of buying in Florida, you've got more choices and maybe better deals, but you must ask, is this a bottoming market or a deeper slide? If you're selling, pricing matters more than ever. The boom days are over. Listings will compete. For condo owners, you face extra cost burdens and risk. Ask whether the building you're in is up to modern code. For investors, micro-market matters, not just Florida boom, but which neighborhood, which building, what age, what risk profile. And for policy watchers, the Florida governor's role is shifting from growth booster to damage controller. The laws we just described are his toolkit. Some may stabilize, some may backfire. The stakes: wealth, jobs, migration, tax base. In the end, the Florida housing market meltdown is real. And the governor is panicking, not because he's lost control, but because normal growth has flipped into risk control. And when risk control becomes the primary narrative, that often accelerates the correction. When the next home opens its front door in Florida, ask, who's moving in? Who's moving out? How fast will they move? Because this isn't just about homes. It's about a state's story, a region's future, a policy experiment in real time. If you stay with me to the end of this video, you'll know not just what is happening, but why it matters. You'll understand the laws, the incentives, the warnings, and the opportunities. And you'll be able to ask the question, am I witnessing the bottom or the beginning of the slide? Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe. I'll be diving deeper into specific Florida metro markets next time, because this story is just starting to reverberate.